Hi, Invirolution. My name's Rue. Rowan.
I'm Rowan.
I'm Hazel.
And we are 3/4 of the Sandpipers, and we're here to play for you today some songs. We're going to start with a song from quite a long time ago. It was written about a group of people that they called the Diggers. These people reclaimed land that had been privatised or enclosed. They reclaimed it for the commons, and they set up farms there and lived in really beautiful societies. This was around the time of the English Civil War in 1649. And this is the Diggers' song. You noble diggers all, stand up now, stand up now. You noble diggers all, stand up now. The wasteland to maintain, sing cavaliers by name. Your digging do disdain, and your persons all defame. Stand up now, diggers all. Your houses they pull down, stand up now, stand up now. Your houses they pull down, stand up now. Your houses they pull down to fright poor folk in town. But the gentry must come down, and the poor shall wear the crown. Stand up now, diggers all. With spades and hoes and ploughs, stand up now, stand up now. With spades and hoes and ploughs, stand up now. Your freedom to uphold, sing cavaliers are bold, to kill you if they could, and your rights from you withhold. Stand up now, diggers all. The gentry are all round, stand up now, stand up now. The gentry are all round, stand up now. The gentry are all round, on each side they are found, their wisdom so profound as to cheat us of the ground. Stand up now, diggers all. The lawyers they conjoin, stand up now, stand up now. The lawyers they conjoin, stand up now. To arrest you they advise, such fury they devise. But the devil in them lies, and hath blinded both their eyes. Stand up now, diggers all. The clergy they come in, stand up now, stand up now. The clergy they come in, stand up now. The clergy they come in, and they say it is a sin that we should now begin our freedom for to win. Stand up now, diggers all. The club is all their law, stand up now, stand up now. The club is all their law, stand up now. The club is all their law, to keep our folk in awe, that they no vision saw, to maintain such a law. Stand up now, diggers all.
Oh, I'm still muted, so you can't hear me. Oh, I'm unmuted, yay! I wasn't trying to make a point by sitting through that whole song, by the way. You just can't see my head when I stand up, so that's what that was about.
Luckily, no one has seen that.
I am so good at technology. I'm now going to play a song called The Capable Wife, which beautifully highlights the inequalities in agriculture. There was an old man who lived in the woods, as you can plainly see. He said he could do as much work in a day as his wife could do in 3. With all my heart, the woman she said, if that's what you will allow, tomorrow you'll stay at home in my stead, and I'll go drive the plough. But you must milk or tidy the cow, for fear she will go dry. And you must feed the littlest pigs that are within the sty. And you must mind the speckled hen, for fear she'll lay away. And then you must reel the spool of yarn that I spun yesterday. So the woman, she took up the staff in her hand and she went to drive the plough. The old man took up the pail in his hand and he went to milk the cow. But Tidy hinged and Tidy flinched and Tidy broke his nose. And Tidy, she gave to him such a big blow, the blood ran to his toes. Hi, tidy ho, tidy, tidy, thou stand still. If ever I milk thee tidy again, it'll be sore against my will. He went to feed the little pigs that were within the sty. He hit his big head upon a thick beam and he made his red blood fly. He went to find the speckledy hen, but she had lain away. Forgot to reel the spool of yarn his wife spun yesterday. He swore by the sun, the moon, the stars, the green leaves on the tree. If his wife didn't do a day's work in her life, she'll not be ruled by he. There was an old woman that lived in the woods, as you can plainly see. She could do as much work in a day as her husband did in 3. He swore by the sun, the moon and the stars, the green leaves on the tree. If his wife didn't do a day's work in her life, she'll not be ruled by he. Yes. Over to Hazel. Yes. Song she wrote herself. They wrote themselves.
Hi, I'm Hazel. This is a song that I wrote myself. And when we walked and the waters were gurgling down to the rocks where the fountains roll, and all the leaves they are dancing, oh, the waltz of the wind, the waltz of the wind. And when we played and the bumbles were buzzing in the meadows made by our harvest's caress, and all the leaves they are dancing, oh, the waltz of the wind, the waltz of the wind. And now we walk to the water's gushing, eroding banks, flooding our own homes, and all the leaves they are dancing, oh, the waltz of the wind, the waltz of the wind. And now we play to the soulless symphonies, generations generated by technology's past, and all the leaves they are dancing, oh, the waltz of the wind, the waltz of the wind. Will the sun come out shining on a bright tomorrow, rebalancing the suffering and sorrow? Will the waltz bring us back in? Will the wind blow us back in? Can we blow away our lifestyles constantly polluting, finally clearing some space for our future? Will the waltz bring us back in? Will the wind blow us back in? No. Autonomy is bound to win. Instead of sitting, waiting, wishing we'll all stop doing, filling up that pool that never quite trickles back down. Back to, oh, when we walked and the waters were gurgling down by the rocks where the fountains roll, and all the leaves they are dancing. Oh, the waltz of the wind, the waltz of the wind. Oh, the waltz of the wind, the waltz of the wind.
You talk a lot in that song about the natural world, and one of the things that the organisers of Invirolution had asked us to think about with our set is what we want the world to look like, what we want the future of our planet to look like after lockdown. Hazel, I feel like the next song that you're going to play speaks to this as well, but maybe you could just talk to us a little bit about kind of your priorities for the future of the planet as we come out of lockdown.
Wow, what a great question, Rue. So this next song that I'm going to play has been written for Galba, the group against Leeds and Bradford Airport. Check out their website. It's great, www.galba.uk. But they are intending to object and prevent the expansion of the airport because it is not addressing our hideous issue with air pollution. And so I guess for me, what I would like to see in the future, or the decisions that I'm making, is focusing on solutions that will heal what we have been damaging globally, basically, both through social politics and environmental politics and everything, which I'm sure you'll understand some element of the environmental politics from this song. So it's half my song and half a John Denver song.
We don't need more LBA, already got enough planes. We know that change has got to come. So we're going to stop the jet planes, can't stand for an expansion. Will be the change that's got to come. For there's no use demanding we keep on expanding to bring in more smog to our skies. Even if it's nice to fly like the birds all the time, we cannot stand the noise of extended flight hours. This time isn't yours to infiltrate and compromise. All the light sleepers, night workers, birds and creatures all need a bit of still in the night. So we don't need more LBA, already got enough planes. We know that change has got to come. So we're going to stop the jet planes, can't stand for an expansion. Will be the change that's got to come. The council is committed to 100 million to halve emissions by 2030. And we cannot stand to simply watch you expand with a plan that does not guarantee to cut pollutants without plans to restructure and develop infrastructure of our roads. With the traffic then heaving, next pandemic could be leaving across country through the skies. So please understand our mission, we just want to stop emissions. The air of Leeds Bradford land is polluted enough with your planned additions. We don't need more LBA, already got enough planes. We know that change has got to come. So we're going to stop the jet planes, can't stand for an expansion. Will be the change that's got to come. Anyway.
Thank you.
Woo! Yeah! I love it!
So
it's me now. Yes, here I am.
Can you tell this?
It's Rowan.
It's me. I'm going to sing a song called The Song of Choice. It was written by Peggy Seeger in the early 90s, and sadly, it is very relevant today, possibly more relevant. I'm not sure. Someone who was older than 1 when she wrote it might be able to tell me. Okay. That was the right note. Early every year the weeds are growing. Unseen, unheard, they lie beneath the ground. Can you know before their leaves are showing that with weeds all your garden will abound? If you close your eyes, stop your ears, hold your tongue, how can you know that seeds you cannot see may not be there? Seeds you cannot hear may never grow. In January you've still got the choice. You can cut the weeds before they start to bud. If you leave them to grow high, they'll silence your voice. And in December you may pay with your blood. So close your eyes, stop your ears, close your mouth and take it slow. Let others take the lead and you bring up the rear. And later you can say you didn't know. Every day another vulture takes flight. There's another danger born every morning. In the darkness of your blindness, the beast will learn to bite. How can you fight if you can't recognize a warning? So close your eyes, stop your ears, close your mouth and take it slow. Let others take the lead and you bring up the rear. And later you can say you didn't know. Today you may earn a living wage. Tomorrow you may be on the dole. Though there's millions going hungry, you needn't disengage. For it's them, not you, who've fallen in the hole. So close your eyes, stop your ears, close your mouth and take it slow. Let others take the lead and you bring up the rear. And later you can say you didn't know. It's alright for you if you run with the pack. It's alright if you agree with all they do. If fascism is slowly climbing back, it's not here yet, so what's it got to do with you? So close your eyes, stop your ears, close your mouth and take it slow. Let others take the lead and you bring up the rear. And later you can say you didn't know. The weeds are all around us and they are growing. It'll soon be too late for the knife. If you leave them on the wind that around the world is blowing, you may pay for your silence with your life. So close your eyes, stop your ears, close your mouth and never down. And if it happens here, they'll never come for you, because they'll know you really didn't care.
Wow, Rowan, what a song. What a song.
Over to Rue.
This song is about why mining is bad, and I guess my contribution to this conversation about what our future planet looks like after lockdown would be to say that, of course, we hopefully all know, this is Invirolution, that we need to stop our dependence on fossil fuels. I think also we need to make sure that that transition between a fossil fuel-based energy economy and a renewable energy economy is a just transition that really supports all of the workers who are currently working in that industry. And it is fair to say that the transition away from coal mining in the UK in the 80s under Thatcher was not a just transition. So that's not the kind of thing we're looking for. We're thinking about a shift towards a future where we can be fighting climate change and also making sure that the most vulnerable and oppressed people in our society get the liberation that they need. And I think that the current events that are happening at the moment, the murder of George Floyd, and the fact that the rates of infection and death of COVID are so much worse for people of colour and for people in other marginalised communities really shows that we need to carry on stepping up and doing something about these issues, as so many people are, and I'm really inspired by what's going on at the moment. But anyway, back to mining. This song is called Dark as a Dungeon. Come, all ye young fellows, so brave and so fine, and seek not your fortune way down in the mine. It will form as a habit and seep in your soul, till the streams of your blood run as black as the coal. For it's dark as a dungeon and dank as a tomb, where the dangers are double and the pleasures are few, where the rain never falls and the sun never shines. It's as dark as a dungeon way down in the mines. There is many a man I have known in my day who has lived just to labour his whole life away, like a fiend for his dope or a drunk for his wine. A man will have lust for the lure of the mine, for it's dark as a dungeon and dank as a tomb, where the dangers are double and the pleasures are few, where the rain never falls and the sun never shines. It's as dark as a dungeon way down in the mines. I hope when I die and the ages shall roll, my body will blacken and turn into coal, as I look from the door of my heavenly home. I'll pity the miner, a slave to my bones, for it's dark as a dungeon and dank as a tomb, where the dangers are double and the pleasures are few, where the rain never falls and the sun never shines. It's as dark as a dungeon way down in the mines. It's as dark as a dungeon way down in the mines. Everyone else is muted.
Woo! No, we're not.
Yeah,
An audience of two. Here we are.
I
And
was
hopefully-
dancing.
Oh, Rowan was dancing. That's
I was
really lovely.
swaying.
I feel like that counts as at least 2 audience members.
Great. That's really
Clapping
good.
and dancing.
We've got you joining us now as well from Invirolution as an audience that we cannot see, but we know in our hearts are with us. Up next, we've got our penultimate song, I think, by Hazel. But that might not be true, because I can see Rowan.
I can see you. But my list says it should be Hazel.
Oh, great.
Maybe Hazel can see herself. And it's, oh, there's Hazel. Here's Hazel with another song.
Oh, sorry, Rue. I just cut off my introduction. Well, I'm assuming that Rue was about to say that I wrote this one myself, but really, politics kind of wrote it for me. And it's coming up to the anniversary of Grenfell Tower, which was the original tragedy that really sparked this off, I think, just out of frustration of so many marginalised voices speaking up and standing up and nothing being done. And the traditional government system of like, oh, we'll do an inquest later, maybe next year, maybe, oh, we'll just knock that forwards a little bit because we're actually like really busy with nothing useful. Anyway, so if you care about anything, you say it a lot and try and say it as best as you can, and people will hopefully listen, and change will eventually come. It's a success! I just did a great introduction. Yeah.
Today is a day we get out of our heads, stand together. Today is a day we step out of our heads and march together. Today is a day we won't move out of the way, we sing together. I will not button my tongue for anyone. 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 For Republican justice has already struck. The inquest is private, our safety is lost. When the powers that rule the law will not be held accountable for the lives they control. I will not button my tongue for anyone. 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 And the 48 are forced to wait for a deal they didn't choose, and watch the island separate with everything to lose. 52 given the choice to a deal undefined, a chaotic reform, a country torn with toxic allies. And the words that need to be said are already spoken, and the ears that need to hear have already heard. When the governance of this land doesn't know how to listen, and they silence us with ignorance, we will not, and I will not button my tongue for anyone. 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 When democracy is melting like figures of ice, a substitute for the time you won't sacrifice. Leave the world to drown in your bloody eaten mess, with all the lies you told and the truths you won't confess. And even the anarchists canvass for the rest, for a future where we can sleep soundly in our beds, for a future where healthcare's still free for everyone, for a future that's invested in equality and love. I will not button my tongue for anyone. 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 For the words that need to be said are already spoken, and the ears that need to hear have already heard. When the governance of this land doesn't know how to listen, and they silence us with ignorance, and we will not, and I will not button my tongue for anyone.
Hazel! Oh, what a great song. I'm really sad not to be able to play it with you because I just love playing that song all together. I'm going to finish our set now with one song, but there's a couple of things that I'm going to say before I do that. Thing number one, if you've enjoyed hearing us perform today, we have a gig tonight, the 20th of June. We're going to play for Living Rent Scotland as part of their Tunes for Tenants series, which is a series of fundraisers to raise money for Living Rent Scotland. So we'd really love it if you'd come and join us for that. It's going to be a much longer set, and we're going to have another performer with us as well, so you get even more music. And we've got a completely different set list as well, so you get loads of different songs from us. The second thing is Invirolution had like a budget for this event, and then it's taken loads of time and effort and money to put on this wonderful platform that you're watching us on. And so at the moment, there's no money left to pay all the artists and musicians. We've put really a lot of time and effort into working towards this. And our income is just out the window because obviously we can't be doing gigs during the lockdown. I know that Invirolution have a pot that you can contribute to, and that money will be shared between the artists and the musicians who've also been working really hard to put this on. So we'd really encourage you now, if you could, just to contribute whatever you can to that. I mean, it will support us and the music that we're making. So we'd really love it if you could do that. I'm going to finish now with Tom Paine's Bones by Graham Moore. It's a song about a man called Tom Paine who lived in the 17th century, and he was campaigning for rights for workers and for revolution. And this song will tell you, hopefully, a lot about him. I'd really encourage you to have a dance and sing along to the chorus as soon as you picked it up. As I roved out one evening on a river of discontent, I bumped right into old Tom Paine. As running down the road he went, he said, I can't stop right now, child. King George is after me. He'll have a rope around my throat and he'll hang me from the Liberty Tree. So I will dance to Tom Paine's bones. I'll dance to Tom Paine's bones. I'll dance in the oldest boots I own to the rhythm of Tom Paine's bones. He said, I only spoke about freedom and justice for everyone, but ever since the very first word I spoke, I've been looking down the barrel of a gun. And they say I preached revolution. Or let me say in my defense that all I did, wherever I went, was to talk a lot of common sense. So I will dance to Tom Paine's bones. I'll dance to Tom Paine's bones. I'll dance in the oldest boots I own to the rhythm of Tom Paine's bones. I will dance to Tom Paine's bones. I'll dance to Tom Paine's bones. I'll dance in the oldest boots I own to the rhythm of Tom Paine's bones. Old Tom Paine, he ran so fast, he left me standing still. And there I was, a piece of paper in my hand, sitting on the top of a hill. And it read, this is the age of reason, and these are the rights of man. Kick off religion and monarchy, it was written in Tom Paine's plan. So I will dance to Tom Paine's bones. I'll dance to Tom Paine's bones. I'll dance in the oldest boots I own to the rhythm of Tom Paine's bones. I will dance to Tom Paine's bones. I'll dance to Tom Paine's bones. I'll dance in the oldest boots I own to the rhythm of Tom Paine's bones. Old Tom Paine, there he lies. Nobody laughs and nobody cries. Where he's gone or how he fares, nobody knows. And nobody cares. But I will dance to Tom Paine's bones. I'll dance to Tom Paine's bones. I'll dance in the oldest boots I own to the rhythm of Tom Paine's bones. Yes, I will dance to Tom Paine's bones. I'll dance to Tom Paine's bones. I'll dance in the oldest boots I own to the rhythm of Tom Paine's bones. Yes, I will dance to Tom Paine's bones. I'll dance to Tom Paine's bones. I'll dance in the oldest boots I own to the rhythm of Tom Paine's bones. I will dance to Tom Paine's bones. I'll dance to Tom Paine's bones. I'll dance in the oldest boots I own to the rhythm of Tom Paine's, the rhythm of Tom Paine's bones.
And the crowd goes wild.
And the turkeys go wild.
Okay, I think it's getting well past the time when we need to say goodbye. Thank you so much for having us. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget, we've got a gig on tonight. We're going to be joined by a load of our friends as well. We've got a keyboard player, a bassist, a harmony singer. It's going to be brilliant. we'll see you there hopefully, and don't forget to contribute towards the pot as well. Thank you so much. Goodbye.
Bye. Can you put
Can we
us
be
on
on
gallery
gallery view?
view
Can we
so
do a
we can all
goodbye for the
wave?
Been
gallery
on
view?
gallery view for me for ages.
Oh yeah.